Let's see what this girl is doing. It seems that she is going on a survival and camping trip in the forest alone after many tiring and stressful days of work. It can be said that camping trips like this will make the mind refreshed and peaceful. To make activities in the forest, as well as camping easier and save time, these girls have prepared for themselves simple tools and clothes, making it easier to move and travel in the forest and camp faster, saving more time. But why is the current and future trend that these girls and others tend to like to be alone? If you want to find the answer, please join us until the end to know the clear answer. But what if you prepare a full luggage and good health, a peaceful mind before going into the forest to camp alone? If you go into the forest on a whim, we do not encourage you, but if you are well prepared, it is a very good thing. If you do not know what to prepare before going camping alone in the forest, then see the things to prepare before going into the forest to survive. Below will be a luggage structure and preparation to help you save time and health. Ensure your journey is faster and will not be confused when entering the forest. If you forget, take a pen and paper and write it down. Mental and spiritual preparation. Before you start preparing specific items, one of the most important factors is mental preparation. Survival in the forest requires patience, calmness, and the ability to face unexpected situations. The wild forest environment is unlike any previous camping experience. Challenges from nature, weather, wild animals, and loneliness can cause stress and anxiety. Therefore, before entering the forest, define your survival goal. You must clearly understand the reason you are going into the forest to survive. This will help you always be motivated to overcome difficulties. Be confident in your abilities. Remember that every skill you learn and equipment you bring is intended to support you. Calm mentality. Even if you encounter a dangerous or difficult situation, a stable mentality will help you think clearly and find a reasonable solution. Be prepared for loneliness. When you go into the woods, especially if you go alone, you will face feelings of isolation and social isolation. Be prepared to not be affected by this feeling. Make a detailed plan. A detailed plan will help you stay in control of the situation and be fully prepared for any possible situation. This plan should include: determine the survival area. You must carefully research the area you will be going to, including the terrain, climate, flora, and fauna in that area. Duration of stay in the forest. You need to determine the length of time you plan to stay in the forest. The longer the time, the more prepared you need to be. Route and safety points. Determine safe routes, stopping points, and escape routes in case of an incident. Inform relatives. Before leaving, inform relatives or friends of your plan, including the expected time of return and the location where you will be staying. Essential equipment. When embarking on a survival trip in the woods, equipping yourself with the necessary survival tools is one of the key factors that determine your survival. 1. Survival knife. A survival knife is one of the most important tools in a survival journey. It can be used to build shelter, cut food, make tools, and protect yourself from wild animals. Choose a knife that is durable, sharp, has a sturdy handle, and has a multi-purpose blade. 2. Fire-making equipment. Fire is essential for cooking, keeping warm, and keeping animals away. You should bring a lighter, waterproof matches, and a fire-making tool such as a flint. Learn how to make fire using manual methods such as rubbing wood or using a flint before going into the woods. 3. Cooking utensils. You will need a small, lightweight, durable pot to boil water and cook food. Choose stainless steel or lightweight aluminum utensils. Bring some extra bags of dry food or canned food in case you cannot find food from the wild. 4. Water filter. Water is the most important survival factor. You need to prepare a water bottle and a water filter kit to ensure the water you drink is safe. You can use water disinfection tablets or a mini water filter for quick use. 5. Appropriate clothing. Your clothing needs to be suitable for the climate and environment of the area you are going to. Clothes should be breathable, easy to dry, and have good heat retention. You should bring a raincoat and windproof jacket. Hiking shoes should be sturdy, non-slip, and able to withstand complex terrain conditions. 6. Tent and sleeping bag. A lightweight, easy-to-assemble tent is essential to protect you from bad weather and insects. A sleeping bag that is thermal and waterproof will help keep you warm on cold nights. 7. First aid kit. A basic first aid kit should include bandages, band-aids, antiseptics, pain relievers, and insect repellent. Don't forget to bring allergy medication if you have a history of allergies to anything. Bar 8. Navigation and communication devices. Bring a compass, map, or GPS device so you can navigate the woods. Communication devices such as a satellite phone or emergency radio are also important in an emergency. Basic survival skills. In addition to preparing equipment, mastering basic survival skills is a decisive factor in your ability to survive in the wilderness. 1. Fire-making skills. Knowing how to make fire is an important skill. You need to learn how to make fire using many methods, from using a lighter, a match, to the friction technique between two wooden sticks. 2. Shelter building skills. In case you don't have a tent, you need to know how to build a shelter from natural materials such as branches, leaves, and vines. The shelter needs to be sturdy and protect you from harsh weather. 3. Food and water finding skills. You need to master the skills of finding food from nature, such as wild fruits, insects, and fish. However, you need to know how to distinguish between edible plants and poisonous ones. The ability to find water from streams or ravines is also important. Water should be filtered or boiled before drinking. 4. Navigation skills. Finding the right direction in the forest is important to avoid getting lost. Learn to use a compass, read a topographic map, and determine direction by natural signs such as the position of the sun, stars, or the flow of rivers and streams. Survival diet. When surviving in the woods, maintaining a proper diet will give you enough energy to perform activities such as finding food, building shelter, and moving. Why is marking important when hiking in the forest? Dense forests often have complex terrain and are similar in many places, making it very difficult to orient yourself by sight. Without clear landmarks, you can easily go in circles and get lost, endangering your life. Disorientation. One of the reasons why many people get lost in the forest is because they lose their direction without support tools such as a compass or map. Complex environment. Dense trees, uneven terrain, and low light in the forest can disorient you. Lack of experience. Newbies often do not know how to follow and mark the path, leading to easy loss of trace of the path. Therefore, marking the path when hiking in the forest is an important way to stay safe and easily find your way back. How to mark your trail in the woods to avoid getting lost. 1. Use natural materials. One of the simplest ways to mark your trail is to use natural materials found in the woods. Rock stacking. Create small piles of rocks in easily recognizable spots. Make sure that the pile is different from the natural piles of rocks around you. Place them at forks or turns for easy identification. Bent branches. Bend a branch in a specific direction to create a mark. You can use multiple branches along the trail to create a clear guide. Leaves and moss. You can break off some leaves and place them in an easily recognizable spot. Moss, which usually grows on the north side of trees, can be used to mark directions but should only be used as a supporting element, not as a primary marker. 2. Use ribbons or colored tape. Bring bright colored ribbons or tape when you go into the forest. You can tie them to tree branches at forks, turns, or places where you can easily get lost. Use bright colors like red, orange, or yellow to make them easy to recognize from a distance. Advantages. Easy to see, hard to get lost, and can be recognized from a distance. Disadvantages. Need to bring enough string, and you must collect it after use to avoid harming the environment. 3. Use a waterproof marker. You can use a waterproof marker to draw symbols on tree trunks or large rocks along the way. These symbols should be clear and easy to recognize, such as arrows, straight lines, or simple geometric signs. However, you should only use the marker on natural surfaces and not leave too many traces that harm nature. 4. Use the International Sign System, blazing. Blazing is the use of symbols on tree trunks, rocks, or on the ground to mark the route. There are many different types of signs to guide hikers. The most common are arrow signs. Draw an arrow pointing in the direction you are going on tree trunks or rocks. Dots or stripes. Mark colored dots or stripes to indicate the path. Cut marks on tree trunks. You can use a knife to make small cuts on the bark of the tree. Just carve lightly so as not to damage the tree, and this cut will be a clear marker on your route. 5. Use GPS and topographic maps. GPS is one of the most modern and effective tools to help you avoid getting lost in the forest. Before entering the forest, you should download topographic maps. Use an offline map application to download a map of the area you are going to in advance. Mark your starting point and important points. Before you go deep into the woods, mark important points such as your starting point, forks, mountain peaks, or water sources. This will make it easier for you to find your way back if you get lost. 6. Use a whistle or whistle. Carry a whistle for emergencies or when you get lost. The sound of a whistle will carry further than your voice and will help attract the attention of others. Additionally, whenever you pass a fork or confusing location, you can use the whistle to mark the sound. Taboos when going into the forest alone. 1. Never go into the forest without telling someone. No matter how confident you are in your survival skills, never go into the forest without telling someone about your plans. Before you start your trip, inform at least one relative or friend about where you are going, estimated time of departure and return, estimated route. This will help them find you in case of an emergency. 2. Never depart from your planned route without reason. When you are going into the forest, it is important to stay on your planned route. If you start to veer off to another path or decide to take a shortcut without a specific plan, the risk of getting lost increases. The forest is a very unpredictable place, and suddenly changing your route without a plan can cause you to lose your way. 3. Do not enter a forest area that you do not know well. Before entering the forest, research the area thoroughly. This includes understanding the terrain, climate, animals that may be present, and other potential hazards. Avoid areas that you do not have information about or have not been to before. 4. Avoid entering the forest at dusk or at night. Entering the forest at night is extremely dangerous because the low light will make it difficult to see the path clearly and can easily cause disorientation. If you must move at night, bring a flashlight and good lighting equipment. 5. Avoid making loud noises or disturbing wildlife. When going to the forest, you need to respect the natural environment around you. Avoid making loud noises or encroaching on the territory of wild animals. This will not only help you protect yourself from dangerous situations, but also preserve the tranquility and natural beauty of the forest. Important survival skills when going into the forest. In addition to knowing how to mark the path and taboos when entering the forest, you need to equip yourself with basic survival skills to ensure your safety. 1. Skills to find clean water. Water is the most important factor to survive in the forest. Learn about signs that indicate the presence of water in the forest, such as plants growing near water sources or animal trails. Filter water. If you find water, remember to filter and boil it before drinking to avoid bacteria and parasites that can cause disease. 2. Fire-making skills. Fire is essential for keeping warm, cooking, and repelling wild animals. You should learn how to make fire using many different methods, from using a lighter, a match, to the wood friction technique. 3. Shelter building skills. When you are alone in the woods, building a safe shelter is very important, especially in case you get stuck overnight. Learn how to use natural materials such as leaves, branches, and vines to build a simple shelter. 4. First aid skills. When you are in the woods, you may encounter minor accidents such as cuts or insect bites. Knowing basic first aid will help you treat wounds promptly and avoid complications. Things to keep in mind when going into the forest alone. 1. Bring a GPS device. A GPS device or compass is essential when going into the forest. You can use them to determine your current location and find your way back if you get lost. 2. Bring enough food and water. Before going into the forest, make sure you bring enough food and water to maintain your energy. If possible, bring dry food or canned food because they are light, easy to carry, and do not spoil easily. 3. Bring a first aid kit. A compact first aid kit will help you deal with emergencies such as injuries or insect bites. Make sure your first aid kit is fully equipped with necessary items such as bandages, antibiotics, and insect repellent. 4. Pay attention to signs of nature. Learning to observe signs of nature will help you avoid danger and easily find your way. For example, trees tend to grow in the direction of the sun, and moss tends to grow on the north side of trees. 5. Respect and protect the forest environment. Finally, always remember that the forest is a precious ecosystem that needs to be protected. When going to the forest, you need to follow the principle of leave no trace. That is, do not litter and do not damage the surrounding nature. It is important to be well prepared before entering the forest and understand survival skills to ensure your safety. Sometimes we put too much emphasis on problems and think too much about life, work, and family. We can never have a camping trip in the forest with our family, let alone you. We are always surrounded by many problems in life, such as food, clothing, rice, money, your children, from when they are young to when they are adults, your old parents, all kinds of things to worry about. But if you slow down and look back at what you have experienced, you will realize that you have tried and made a lot of efforts. Sometimes, in addition to camping in the forest to relax your mind, be peaceful and relieved in your heart. Then we still have another way. Optimal and wonderful for those who are busy, have been planning a camping trip in the forest alone, but due to many factors, your trip is delayed and cannot be carried out, making you confused and pressured, as well as disappointed in yourself and life. The following story, we hope, will help you relax your mind, as well as calm, upgrade your inner strength, help you have a positive state, and make your camping trip wonderful in the future. This story not only helps you strengthen your mind, but also helps you improve your health, help your body be flexible and healthy scientifically before confronting wild Mother Nature in the forest. John is an ordinary man living in a big city with a busy life and a lot of work pressure. Like many others, he usually goes to work early in the morning and comes home late at night. His stressful and demanding job makes John tired both mentally and physically. However, something strange has started to happen to him over the past few weeks. He keeps waking up at 3 a.m. without knowing why. At first, John didn't pay much attention to waking up at this time. He thought it was just work stress or a sleep disorder. But gradually, when this phenomenon kept repeating every night, he started to feel worried and wondered why he was waking up at that time. After some research, John discovered that many people also experienced the same phenomenon. These people also said that they usually woke up between 2 and 4 a.m., and most of them woke up at 3 a.m. This made John more curious and decided to dig deeper into the research. According to spiritual documents, 3 a.m. is considered the devil's hour, or spirit's hour. In many religious and cultural beliefs, the time between 3 and 4 a.m. is the time when the human world and the spirit world intersect most strongly. Some people believe that when you wake up at this time, you may be receiving messages from spirits or are in a state that is easily influenced by spiritual factors. But not everything is dark and scary. There are beliefs that say that 3 a.m. is also the time when the human body and mind can easily achieve a strong connection with the universe. This is the time when your spirit is most sensitive, and if you know how to exploit it, you can unleash your inner potential, find answers to life's big questions, and even change your destiny. John began to feel a special connection to 3 a.m. Every time he woke up, he felt a silence enveloping the air. But at the same time, there was an almost supernatural feeling that made him feel not afraid, but on the contrary, very peaceful. Besides the spiritual factors, there are all scientific and health reasons for waking up at 3 a.m. John began to delve deeper into the medical and biological aspects of this phenomenon. According to scientists, the human body operates according to a biological cycle called the circadian rhythm. This is the natural cycle of sleep and wakefulness in humans, regulated by light and dark. During sleep, the body goes through many different stages, from light sleep, deep sleep, to REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. The time from 2 to 4 a.m. is usually when sleep enters the dream stage and can be interrupted if there is any distracting factor. Factors such as stress, anxiety, and sleep disorders can also make you wake up easily at this time. When you encounter pressure in your daily life, your mind cannot completely relax, leading to easy waking up in the middle of the night. However, what is important to do after waking up at 3 a.m.? Most people, when waking up at this time, often feel anxious and have difficulty falling back to sleep. But if you know how to make reasonable use of this time, you can turn it into a precious moment to help improve your life. John decided not to let his 3 a.m. wake-up call be something to be feared or worried about. Instead, he turned it into an opportunity to explore himself and improve his life. Here are the things John started doing after waking up at 3 a.m. every time. Practice meditation and deep breathing. One of the best ways to take advantage of this moment is to practice meditation or deep breathing exercises. When you wake up at 3 a.m., your body is in a resting state, and your mind is not yet distracted by the effects of the outside world. This is the perfect time to calm your mind, relax your body, and create a mental balance. Deep breathing. Taking deep, slow breaths helps provide enough oxygen to the body, thereby relieving stress in the body and mind. Meditation. Meditation helps you focus on the present, avoid anxious thoughts, and help you find peace of mind. John found that just by meditating for a few minutes, he felt clearer-headed and more positive. Write down your thoughts and ideas. One interesting thing John discovered was that at 3 a.m., he often had his clearest and most lucid thoughts. Sometimes, ideas or solutions to problems in his life and work would suddenly come to him out of the blue. So he started keeping a small notebook next to his bed, and every time he woke up, he would write down his thoughts, ideas, or anything that came to mind. This not only helped him relieve his worries, but also served as a way to record creative ideas that he could use later. Focus on purpose and meaning. Waking up at 3 a.m. is a time to reflect on your life and ask yourself about your goals, dreams, and desires. John realized that the hustle and bustle of everyday life made him forget to ask himself about what really matters in life. What are you living for? What is your biggest goal? What have you achieved and what you still need to do? These are the questions that John often asks himself at 3 a.m., and reflecting on them helps him feel clearer about the path he wants to take. Gentle exercise or muscle relaxation. In addition to meditation and reflection, John also started doing some gentle exercises or stretching to help his body feel more relaxed. These exercises help improve blood circulation, reduce stress, and help the body better prepare for sleep again. Simple movements such as stretching, rotating the wrists, ankles, or even doing some gentle yoga can also help you reduce tension in your body and create a feeling of relaxation. Harnessing the power of 3 a.m. Finding balance in your life. Waking up at 3 a.m. has become an integral part of John's life. Not only does it help him deal with the stresses of everyday life, but it also brings him peace, clarity, and fresh ideas. John began to realize that waking up at 3 a.m. is not something to be feared, but on the contrary, it is a precious moment that he can use to recharge himself. Hopefully, through the story of the power of waking up from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m., you will have a deeper insight into life. It helps you strengthen your mind and helps you be calm and gentle. Yoga is also a decisive factor for your spirit and energy in your body, helping you to have a scientifically resilient health. This will help you to cope with nature when camping alone in the forest in the face of heavy rains and storms, or help you overcome the fear of staying alone in the forest at night. Sometimes such small things make your life and mind superior and peaceful. If you like this, do it now, and within a few months, this will help you a lot in life. Help you in all situations, as well as survive in the forest alone, overcome fear, loneliness, and stay away from wild animals, as well as stay calm in the face of adversity, get lost, lose belongings, or encounter wild animals. If you find this video useful, please express your opinion in the comments and share this message with relatives and friends so that they can benefit from this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can develop ourselves together and have fun, relax after tiring working days. Best regards, and see you in the next video.